So hey, good morning. Here I am on top of the Ricos. I'm going camping. It's the last day of winter and I've got a window of a few hours where I think I can get there and set up. I can spy a beautiful rainbow. I don't know if I can get you to see it. No, I don't know if you can see that, but a beautiful, beautiful rainbow. And I gotta say the weather looks, I think I could get lucky. Hey, so I'm on the track down to Pittingman Woods now. So I can safely take this off there, I think, and not worry about it. So you can get a good view. I've never come down here in the winter. This is my first winter trip to Pittingman Woods. It's been a bit too wet this year. There was a couple of dry spells where it was snowy and nice, but I just didn't have the opportunity then to come camping. So this is Pittingman Woods on my left, and there seems like there's someone there. I wonder if it's David. Ooh. Let's go and see. Hey, here I am in Pittingman Woods. It looks beautiful as always. The horse is up there. So let's see my campsite. The river is slightly high, beautiful, nice. I've managed to get my setup pretty much in the dry, cut a little bit of light, rain, but nothing serious. So I'm going with my ground tent today. So I want to be near my site. So I've got my hubba, and I've got my tarp up, got my wildfire kitchen flag, and there's my little fire setup for tonight. I'm going to lift this a little because even though I'm going to have a smouldering fire, my wood pack. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make a bit of a rub to go on my lamb, which is going to be a herb and butter rub. And then I'm going to make the base, which I'm going to base the lamb with once I put the lamb on. So here's the ingredients I've got. So I've got butter. These anchovies I'm going to show you a little trick with in a minute. I've also got some anchovy paste. Anchovy paste doesn't make things taste fishy. Anchovy makes your meat taste meatier. Makes your meat taste meatier. I'll pop a bit of that on there. A nice generous helping of anchovy paste. This is my rosemary. Now rosemary comes from my garden at home. Rosemary is herbs. I'm sure I've said this before. Herbs are a great thing to grow at home. When you're done with your herb, if your rosemary sprig goes on the fire, you get a lovely rosemary smell from your fire. Knife. So I'm just going to roughly chop these. I'm not particularly stressed out about it, about how finely chopped they are. This is a rustic sort of dish I'm going for, so a rustic look to it is not a problem. That'll do. That is as good as I need it, and I'm just going to take the ends off this finely like this. This is my chive. I'm quite generous with the chive. I do like chive. I always bring gloves away when I'm camping, cooking gloves, because it's very hard to keep washing your hands when you're camping, and because you're doing things like dirty things like tending the fire, your hands get dirty regularly, and if you're going to try and cook effectively, you're going to struggle. Let's give it a smell. It smells like heaven already. So that's my piece of lamb. That's just for me. I've noticed there's a couple of people camping here. I may invite them over later because I ain't eating all that, but it was the exact cut I wanted. Bone-in lamb shoulder, beautiful thing to cook on the Asador. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going to coat my butter onto the top of my lamb, and I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with my meat. I'm pretty happy with the garlic in it. Okay, looks a bit like that now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to salt it quite heavily now. So I'm going to show you a little trick with these anchovies for my baste. Essentially, if you put anchovies in a pan to fry them, they just essentially dissolve. Oil and all, everything goes in. Let's take this off like a sensible human being. So a bit of a faff there, but there they are. You do have to be quite gentle with them. I wouldn't normally cook on a fire that hot, but I'm trying to build my fire ready for later. So it's a two birds with one stone kind of situation. You sort of see that, it's starting to come, it's starting to happen. Beautiful, just how I want it. All the rest of that butter's going in. So my baste is pretty much done. You can see it there, hopefully on that camera. It's still melting a bit. What I've done, I've just chucked whole bits of garlic in. There she blows. I'm going to go fat side down first. I'm going to salt this baby. Great thing about this, it's got a handle. Meat with a handle. Who's that guy? Some guy made money out of putting salt in something. salt guy. So that's heavily salted. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully, there you go. Don't worry about salting too much because half the salt falls off. So let's stick him on. You can see all that. Once that's melted, we'll start basting. My lamb is on now. I've flipped it for the first time, so I'm going for my first little baste. As you can see, it already looks pretty stunning. I'm very happy with that. It's a bit closer to the fire than it will be for most of this cook. But essentially that's because I'm trying to get that crust, got the good crust. This is a lot of oil is going to go in the fire here. Not overly concerned by that. A couple of bits of that garlic on top. So I'm very happy with how things are going. We've been going now for an hour and a half. Things look good. Crust looks good. I've checked the internal temperature and that's good. That's how we're going. It's a hunk of meat. I'm fairly happy. Still got quite a long time to go. Still another hour and a half at least. Maybe 2 hours of cooking time. Yeah. Oh, so you can see it seems like I'm burning myself. What I'm doing is if I can hold my hand under there, if I say 10-15 seconds, I'm fairly happy that that heat is not too aggressive, which is what I'm going for. That's why the lamb is hanging quite far above the fire. Hey. So, cook's going good. We're 2 hours in. So I'm starting on my veg. This is one of my veggies. It is a celeriac. And what I want to do with it, I'm just going to plonk it in the fire. That's it basically. I'm just going to put it in about there. And I'm just going to leave it in the fire for about 2 hours, trying to make sure it doesn't get absolutely burnt to a shred. But yeah, just going to move it around. I'm going to chop it in half and scoop the insides out when I'm done. So, the meat looks amazing. Let's give it a little turn. When did I turn it last? I didn't turn it that long ago, but hey, whatever. So I'm going to ruin it, turn it again. Oh, don't drop it, John. It's looking pretty good. Yep, and there we go. It's looking good. I'm going to give it a flip. Hopefully the flip will look good. There it is. Oh, a little bit extra, not blackened, but you know, don't forget Omnia, burn everything. But yeah, we'll lift that a little bit. What I want to show you is down here. Essentially, where I had my baste, I've added some stock, and I've added a little bit of mint jelly, and I'm cooking that off. I'm just going to bring it to the boil and then take it off. There's my celeriac. My celeriac has just popped in the coals. There she blows. Yeah. I'm hoping to chop that open and scoop out some beautiful flesh a bit later, hopefully. But things are going good. I'm pretty happy. I've put my spuds on. Spuds are in here. You can see them there. My lid has actually caught fire a little bit there, which is quite funny. It did amuse me. These are my leeks. Where do they go? Straight in the fire. And this is my leek trick. It's not a trick. This is how to cook leeks on a fire. They go straight in the fire. Let's look at these leeks that I was telling you about. It's not even a trick, it's just a way to cook. You just put them in the fire and you cook them. Doesn't seem that radical. But you just leave them in there. So essentially the outer casing of the leek is going to burn completely, but inside hopefully the leeks will cook well. And in here, potatoes, okay, they look seem. I think they're probably cooked now. Let's give them a little poke. think they are. Okay, I'm into the sort of finishing off stages, which is good. There's my spuds. So Mike, this is my silhouette. Okay, let's go into my mouth. Get my leeks out there. Like that, blackened, as you can hopefully see. It's getting pretty dark now though, so maybe you can't see, I don't know. It's a bit, there's our leeks. All blackened. What's this? Peel that. Peel that out there. Look at that, beautiful. That's what I mean about a trick with leeks. Woo. Put it in with my lap. So it keeps nice and warm. Whatever hasn't got a little bit too dark to do this content. That is our meat. Oh, okay. Let's carve it and then see. Okay, there's my meat. Couldn't see it because the light was bad. It is. Let me give it a little try. Let it sit there. Oh wow. That meat is in stone. Well, it's gone. That's my food. I've really lost the light, which is a shame, because I would have liked a little bit of light to this, but hey. Damn. Oh my god. And tasty food. My plate is nearly done. Unfortunately, we ran out of light during the presentation period of this cook, which is a bit of a nightmare, but whatever. I'm on my own, so I've got no lighting guy, but I've got to say, the lamb is beautiful. Wow. Stunning. So, maybe not the best film you've ever done. But maybe the meat, I don't know. Thank you. I'm away from Pittingman Woods. Had a wonderful time. It's just now started to rain. And I think there was a sprinkle of rain last night. But my tent wasn't wet this morning, it was a tiny bit damp. So I think I've been incredibly lucky, and it does look like the weather is about to take that turn for the worse and go back to business as usual, pouring down. But yeah, a great time at the campsite. I met some people. I'll give them a shout out, Louis, Chris and Pete. They were there camping, I gave them some food. Chris said it was the best lamb he'd ever had in his life. This seems reasonable. Yeah, so I had a great time. I like it when people are there because I get to feed them, although it does always make doing the editing a little bit harder. I think my food was basically stone cold by the time I got to eat it, but that's just life in the woods. Life in the woods. I don't care, I quite like my food lukewarm. Fan-dabby-tastic, as they say nowhere in the world. I'm looking forward to stopping at a garage for a Red Bull. It's my guilty pleasure, Red Bull. Okay, I'm out.